Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I am Wasim Anwar from Lahore, Pakistan. We are yet again back with an exciting and informative series of interviews, starting with one of the most dynamic, honorable, respectable lady in ONPASSIVE. You all must have seen her on webinars and events, a lady who possesses ample knowledge and carry a vision of bringing a change in the lives of people. She is leadership council member from Switzerland. We are lucky enough to get her learning and experiences. I am extremely thankful to the worthy madam to spare the precious time, and she is willing to give us interview. She is none other than Mrs. Corinne Isabelle Mikes. Hello, ma'am. We cordially welcome.
Assalamu alaikum to you, Mr. Wasim. Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to be here. And you know, everything is exciting and ONPASSIVE. So yes, and we are all leaders. You know, I was officially once a leader, chief of the leadership from Switzerland. Yes, my name is Corinne Isabelle Mikes, as you said. I live in Switzerland. And I'm so proud and privileged, proud in air, ONPASSIVE. To be here on the round.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I'm really extremely thankful to you. I extend my feeling of gratitude towards you. I would like to say towards about you. I feel you are extremely cooperative, having positive attitude towards life, and I feel you are my mentor. Because in my my first presentation, you self mentioned I was wrong, not only corrected you also spared your precious time for 2 hours. You helped me to present a very valuable presentation. I'm extremely thankful to you for this kind act. Thank you, ma'am.
You're so welcome. You know, you're never wrong, Mr. Wasim. You're never wrong. You were not wrong. But you know, the ONPASSIVE culture is always optimizing, right? We are learning, we are optimizing, we are growing. So that's the process, you know, and we are here to remind each other, to mirror each other, and to complement each other. This is not wrong or right. We are all right. And it's always perfect, the moment in the now moment, you know. So, but thank you. Yes, we had an exchange and I'm quite aware, you know, and yes, it was interesting. We had about a few hours and I'm happy that you're all set now and being in the flow, in the ONPASSIVE flow. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Today's host is the most capable girl we have been ONPASSIVE. She is the most dedicated founder lady in Pakistan and have been guiding founders in her available time after becoming a founder. I would like to call her to introduce yourself and carry the discussion ahead. Hello, Mrs. Aisha Asim. How are you? Assalamu alaikum.
Hello, Corinne. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Assalamu alaikum, you say in your country, right?
Walaikum assalam. Walaikum assalam.
And you know, I do greet always with a aloha, which is a Hawaiian, from Hawaiian, which means alo, means in Hawaiian sharing. The O of alo is the ONPASSIVE, a complete solution, and ha means the breath of love. To me, it's a holy breath. So aloha, I greet you from the loving spirit of ONPASSIVE. That's my greeting international wise, all the way to you, to Pakistan, or wherever you are.
Thank you. Thank you. So sweet of you. So Corinne, I'm Aisha Asim, as Mr. Wasim has introduced me, and I would like to go on with this interview, and I would just like Mr. Wasim, if you want to ask something, please do before I start this interview.
Yes. Of course, ma'am, before the Aisha start this interview, I would like to ask a question. Maybe my question will be a little long, but I think you can give reply very well. So this question is only for you. Ma'am, I would like to ask a question about the optimistic attitude. You know, there are two kinds of attitudes. Some people are optimistic and some are pessimistic. In fact, optimistic always sees and observe the positive aspect of life. I myself feel you are very positive in your attitude. You always sees the positive aspect. My question is, how can we develop positive attitude towards life, towards thinking? And secondly, how can we keep ourselves relaxed, peaceful, and how can we develop patience and tolerance? How can we become a good listener? How can we be relaxed, especially when we are going to listen the attitudes and arguments that against to our argument? How can we develop the feeling of patience? How can we be relaxed and patient, especially we are listening the view that are against our mind? Sorry, my question is little long, but I wanted to ask.
Yes, Mr. Wasim, this is a coaching I'm going to offer you now. Of course, you know, it's imperative. It is very important, the attitude. Your questions are, you know, we are so individuals and with our experiences. So now, if we look inside within us, okay, if we have peace within us, we are relaxed. If we are struggling within us with our aspects or whatever, we are distracted from outside, we are not so relaxed. So the first thing I always recommend is to arrive within yourself, you know, through conscious breathing, for example, to root yourself here on earth, to be here present. And then out of this awareness, you can observe. In the first moment, you don't even have to interact, but observe compassionately, lovingly, with loving eyes, with loving heart. And of course, Mr. Wasim and everybody who is listening, it's always, from my perspective, important to open the heart. If we open heart, we operate out of our hearts, it's much more easy than being, you know, all the time, okay, having a genius mind, yes, but the mind is the servant of the heart. That's, you know, and you can get this picture that the mind is the servant of the heart is taking the mind on the hand and say, follow me. This is a great wisdom. So you're more relaxed. And how do we do this attitude? We have to choose for it. We have to allow ourselves to choose and not to be reacting, but to choose to be self-empowered. Do you understand? To choose. This is a free choice. All the time you can choose. What are you being guided through? Are you guided through from whatever, or are you guided yourself from your inner voice, for example? It has much to do with what are you attached at and what do you believe in, or how are you aligned here on this incarnation, on this planet. Yes. And what else did you ask? Breathing, smiling, and not focusing on the negative things. We have always, take this picture, you know that picture. I have a cup here, okay? I have a cup. It's not full. It's because I've drunk, I have taken, this is water inside. and look to that, there is love written in it, but this is, I didn't choose it on purpose today. And love here. So the cup, you can see the cup and say, okay, it's half empty or half full. It's a choice. You choose. If you say, oh, it's half empty, you are in the lack and you're always search, you know, and if you say, well, it's half full and this is wonderful, I'm grateful. And then you're smiling, don't you? You understand? So this is something which we can choose. And of course, I have had many, Ash Mufara, our genuine CEO, would say ugly experiences, which I have been through experiences which have made me grow. And behind every experience, apparent experience, ugly ones, there is always a blessing in behind. That's my experience, you know. If you and then you're just grateful for this challenges. I love challenges. The challenges make me grow. So I'm always smiling, say, give me more challenges. And I stay in the now. I don't look back to those things which they are solved already. I'm in peace with my past. So I'm living in the moment now. Now with you in this beautiful space where Miss Ayesha is interviewing us, me, and you know, and here we are. Is that okay for you, Mr. Wasim? Is that satisfactory, my answer?
Yes, yes, of course. You explained very well. Actually, this question was especially for you, because I know you can reply very only you only the lady from ONPASSIVE, because I know your vision, your positivity. I already told you. Thank you very much, ma'am. And Aisha, carry the discussion ahead, please.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wasim. Okay, Miss Corinne, now are you ready for my side of the questions?
Anytime, please go
Okay.
on.
Thank you. So my first question is, we know, and I know you very well, as I follow all of the webinars in which you are always smiling and sharing your thoughts. So we know you as a dedicated founder. So, but we would like you more and to introduce yourself and tell us more about you, the work you have done throughout these years, and what do you specialize in?
Okay, well, that's interesting, because I would like to say that I ask you, dear Ayesha and dear Wasim and everybody, not to label me. You know, because I want to remain free to evolve all the time. Okay, but if you want to know what roles I have been playing, yes, I'll tell you many roles. You know, I was born in Switzerland, but with 2 years, I traveled with my parents at that time already to Germany and to Berlin. So I was about, I think, 5 years around there. And then later we traveled and moved on to the Canary Islands. The Canary Islands is part of Spain, near Africa, and on an island where we have many cultures, many languages, and so on. Okay, you have to know that my roots are in Africa from mother's side. Yeah, that's why. Well, okay, my roots are in Africa, and from father's side from Hungary. So I'm quite multicolored, as everybody, you know, and then that nature is in me. We have been traveling so much with my family that I adopted this flexibility, not only with the languages. I spoke with my mom French, with my father German, with my grandmother English, on the street and school Spanish, you know, and German and French, you know, and this makes you just being flexible in looking at yourself, looking and understanding the world and the realities of others. Okay, so here I'm flexible. I was then on the Canary Islands, and after a while, we went back to Switzerland. This was in the 80s. And I didn't like Switzerland that much at that time because it was so straight, you know. On the Canary Islands, we were so much more colorful. And my father at that time said, well, would we like you to study at the university in Zurich and so on? And I said, okay, I'll try. 3 months, I gave myself 3 months. I went there and there, but I decided to go back to the Canaries. And then there I went to the university there, to translation university. And I grew up because my my family, my father, indeed, he was not agreeing with me. So I was very in a revolution to go my own path. And that's my path always, trusting and finding within my wisdom and my path, you know, and I follow. So yes, on the Canary Islands, I did different things. I had to work by myself because I didn't have the support from my family. So with my languages, I worked in import, export, in sales. I even was in a dance company. And I did then, I was invited to be a flight attendant for the Spanish company, Iberia, and Air Europe, which was a company from the UK, from England. And I flew a few years, and then I decided to open up the field. And at that time, the Swiss company, airline called Swiss Air at that time, was searching for people. And I applied, and they took me, you know, and they said, well, do you want to fly short haul or long haul? And I said, of course, long haul. And then, then it began really the party. I went to Pakistan too, you know, I traveled to Karachi a few times.
Really?
And yes. And I have a wonderful carpet from Karachi. It's made out of silk and wool, and it's my treasure. All over, wherever I travel. I've been living in Beijing, I've been living in Berlin, in Italy. Wherever I go, I take this carpet. It's my flying carpet, my magic carpet. Yes. This is from Pakistan. And I'm so grateful of that, you know. And, you know, then I got married and divorced and experiences. I'm in the role of a mother. My son is now being 20 years young and lives here in Switzerland. And I decided at the time, this was now since 2012, to be self-employed, entrepreneur, as we say. And that's what I did. So I followed my vocation as a holistic coach. That's why I said that's a coaching, my holistic coach. And my target is always to remind every human being who they really are and what enormous potential they embody within, you know, to open up the potential. And do you see something, you know, mirroring with ONPASSIVE? You know, we are self-empowered here. So yes, I have this coaching buffet, which I offer different tailor-made tools. a whole ecosystem, different, not digital one, you know, personal tools to grow and to remind ourselves our potential and to live out of this power and release everything what is not deserving us anymore. And that's all about, yes, more or less. That's my vocation, because it has been through all my life since I was small and traveling and more or less introducing myself. Here I'm here. I was led to ONPASSIVE, and let me take your next question. I don't want to anticipate too much.
Okay, wow. You really have a colorful, mashallah, colorful background and very rich, I might say. So how do you see, we know that ONPASSIVE has a very significant impact over all the businesses of the world, and it is going to affect the founders, the customers, and the whole businesses of the world. So how do you see ONPASSIVE, and what's your outlook towards it?
Yes, and here I'm getting an analogy. I like to with analogies too, you know. I'm taking my cup again. I see ONPASSIVE as a vessel, as a huge vessel. Love is written on the vessel, and inside of the enterprise, of the huge movement, is written love also. So everything is made of love. And what do we need? I mean, these days, how are we going to impact? Impact, you know, this is very interesting. because what is more powerful than love?
Yes.
So you have your answer here. You now, that's my perspective. And ONPASSIVE is full of love. All the products, all the solutions are made out of love. They are so generously, you know, built with this big heart for humanity, for the benefit of all, and for the total freedom, right? So yes, it's totally, that's the impact. The impact is also the change of the consciousness of the human beings. And I believe we are in the perfect timing, synchronized with the perfect timing, because I recognize ONPASSIVE's movement as a brilliant opportunity to finally complete the whole transformation on all levels for the benefit of the whole humanity and the earth, you know.
Yes.
So yes, we have this key position, and it's much more than about whatever we could call money. Last on a webinar, I said, I believe that love is going to be the new currency. You know,
Okay.
that's
Yes.
the impact. That
Yes, really.
the impact is relax, get into the peace, and follow your intuition, your vocation, help others to do same, to be happy, to be fulfilled, whatever, wherever help is needed, to support, to uplift anyone, one by one, or the community. Everybody has different skills, right? So yes,
Yes.
it is, I think this is the great impact. Why? Because it's made with a higher purpose and the higher intention, and this is never seen before. I've been in so many different companies, corporate and not corporate, you know, and there's none in no country I've been traveling and visiting and living with this intention of the higher purpose in this segment, with this digital solution and physics solution, and this with this complete ecosystem and ever evolving. Well, it's absolutely amazing.
Perfect. Okay. So another thing, Ms. Corinne, Ash Mofara, a man, I don't know, he needs no introduction now. And what is your opinion about him?
Wow. Opinion. You know, I'm just so grateful, first of all, that he's a door opener for all of us.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that he is so dedicated, passionate, and grateful to his family, to his beloved wife and his children, their children, and that he's following his passion, you know, and wanting and helping to transform everyone who wants to be allowed to be transformed and uplifting humanity. I mean, he's a genius, and mirroring us all, or inviting us to be ourselves, our potential too. So I love him. First of all, I love him as a human being. You know, this love which I feel, and I admire him, I acknowledge him, and I really honor and everything, and respect his approach with everything. And I couldn't do that. I could not do that. I need my sleep, for example. You know, I know he sleeps so less. I need my sleep, and I believe I operate while I'm sleeping too, in the different levels. Well, he is such one of a kind with this golden heart, and always focusing on the positive and
Yes.
on the solutions, you know, and
Yes.
the solutions are there, and he is indeed guided. And you know, yes, I mean, it's not descriptible with words. He's just so
Yes.
genuine and so compassionate and so generous, and always so flexible, and being human at the same time, and on the other side a superhero, you know, and much
Yes.
more.
Yeah, indeed. These are so many reasons from so many reasons which we are the founder of this company, because of this person and a good human being that he is. So another thing that ONPASSIVE is has an extensive range of products, and these AI integrated products are a challenge for this world because they are one of a kind. And I just want to ask you that which of these products is your favorite one and why?
Wow, that's a good question. And it's difficult to answer because I love so many of these products, but I really I'm in love with the whole ONPASSIVE. I'm in a relationship with that. You know, do you know the flower of life? Do you know this symbol, flower of life, Aisha? I show you
this?
here. You know the flower of life?
Oh, is this a flower of life?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a symbol from the holy geometric, and
Okay.
everything is intertwined. Everything is related with each other. And
Okay.
As I see the whole ecosystem, all the products which are related and being creatively matching together, just like an orchestra. It's just like every single one is an instrument. And you're asking me, and the whole one is a divinely orchestrated symphony, you know? And you're asking me which instrument I love best. Okay. I of course, I love OConnect. To connect, you know, this is ONPASSIVE connects the worlds in unity and love. OConnect is, to me, one of my favorites because of the connection and of the limitless, of the eternal possibilities to invite and to be in contact with so many persons, human beings all over the world without pressure and having so many interactions with the whole ecosystem, you know, and the translation. I mean, you know that I do speak a few languages, and I'm looking forward to this translation feature in OConnect, which is, I mean, you know, this is explosive. This is unique of a kind, never seen before. While we are talking here, you could talk in Urdu, and somebody in Japan would listen and will receive the information in Japanese, you know. Beautiful, beautiful. And then of course is Academy. I mean, this is a must. And of course, oh bless, you know that this is the core of ONPASSIVE with all the generosity. It's compassion in action. Yes, this compassion in action is oh bless, and it's the core of ONPASSIVE. So yes, but everything what is interconnected, this is what I'm passionate about, that everything, just like the flower of life, everything is interconnected. Everything
very well explained, Ms. Corinne.
Yes. Or the trees, you know, the trees with the roots, with the forest, we are all connected, and it has such a beautiful soil. Yes. And everybody can grew and be authentic and grew in this beautiful soil and giving their potential too, you know. It's a cycle of giving and receiving, of course, and growing and evolving.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, really, we are interconnected just because of ONPASSIVE. World is so small now. It's a very small world. We can at the same time interact with many people and many personalities, and also cherish these moments together. And really, it's a marvelous combination altogether. So I really want to know, we all know that foundership have been closed now, and we are the lucky birds who made timely decision and are part of this venture. So what next? What advantages will we have as a founders, and what are the next steps?
Okay, First of all, yes, you are absolutely right. I believe that the world is very big now, growing with us, you know, but we have just this connection. We couldn't have met today, you and I, and in person.
Yes.
Here in the virtual, it's just like you're standing and sitting here in my room, or you and myself in yours. So this is the closest. This is the trust, the faith, the common soil we have, which makes us just being in the same approach and the same frequency. So what's next? Let us surprise ourselves, because we have had this big event now on Saturday, which was public in Germany, and live event, and also in the UK and Ireland. And we have been sharing a few wonderful nuggets here with our CEO, Aisha, which he said, well, what is going to go on? Planning, the scope, what is going to plan. I would like to remain open the field of the creativity and flexibility. You know, that creativity is now included. It's not anymore, you know, it's so interesting and so amazing, and getting more and more compounded with many things. We founders are in, as you and I and everybody who is privileged and proud to be a founder and have a different insights. We have been since longer or shorter with this journey, and enjoying every single minute and growing within. And now it starts the next phase. So the next phase is going to be revealed today too, you know, a round table too, especially, I guess, you know, internally. And I would just say, what is going to be out there for those who don't know yet ONPASSIVE? It's going to reshape their lives. We can't say exactly, because it is proprietary information, you know. This is an open interview, public one, right, Aisha? Or you are going to really, yes, it's open for public, so that's why. So I just invite you to open up the field of all possibilities, and to keep on, not on one dot or one point, to take the whole flower of life and allow yourself to be creative. And that's all, and be grateful always, and ask yourself, how are you going to interact? What is your puzzle? Which is your part, which you're going to and are adding to add the value, you know, because this is all about adding value and more value on any sense, value for you, for community, for the others, for the whole community, for the whole world, adding value. So this is something beautiful. Are you satisfied with this question, or do you need some specific things? You know, I always address the whole complete, because
it's beautiful. Beautiful.
We have, yes.
You're always right, and you explain it so well, Corinne, that it needs no no correction at all. You were right. So I hope that you are satisfied with all my questions and up till now. And there are more up my sleeve, but I really wanted to know some important ones, that marketing campaigns, you know about marketing campaigns, which are going on, and it's now they're going to be more and more of them. We will see more of them in future. So the marketing campaign, which was on Burj Khalifa, which started from Burj Khalifa, what do you think about the what it has an impact, what impact it has left on the overall standing of ONPASSIVE?
Yes, you know, we don't say, I don't understand this branding, which has taken place as a marketing campaign. The marketing campaign is about to start now. soon, short. We have been branding, you know, this is in the Burj Khalifa. I mean, how amazing is that, in the highest building of the world, owning 2 floors, 134 and 151. The only company who earns this 2 floors, and projecting this wonderful laser shows. You have seen that every Friday until it had, when you know, it had a certain happening in Dubai, and then they stopped a while, but it's going on. And what is the impact? I mean, I've been in Dubai too. I haven't seen the Burj Khalifa at that time. However, I feel that this branding is such huge, because Dubai is a key, like, turning point for the whole world. I've been traveling all my life, and everybody travels to different directions, and Dubai is a hub, you know. So, and it's beautifully built. They have really a peaceful mindset. Everything is so extraordinarily organized. It's a model in any ways. So yes, there, I mean, it's huge what happened, and it has an impact. We have been seen from the cloud, let's say, you know, and this laser showed with this, I mean, my favorite was ONPASSIVE connects the world in unity and love. This was my favorites. And of course, everything, paradigm shift, all the solutions, AI with heart. And we didn't see that before. This is then, if you listen to Mohammed Kamal, this great leader, COO from ONPASSIVE there in Dubai, you will feel such the passion and impact and revolution. It's more than impact, it's a revolution. It's really a revolution, a contribution for the evolution for humanity. So it's light, pure light, and inspiration and remembrance, and so many things more to remember. I mean, we are going more and more digital, you know that. And Dubai is so digital too. They have this selection of very rare companies, which are, you know, we are so honored to be one of those who are there in Dubai, very present. This is beautiful. Never seen before. So yes, it is a big impact,
Certainly, it's Dubai is a big business hub, and we were fortunate enough to witness this our company and having this office there, and this has a huge impact over all the world businesses. And what a start, I can say, what a start.
Absolutely, we started at the top. You remember, at the top, we started at the top, yes. And everybody is looking at it and watching. And I mean, this is the top, and we are now about to go to the next top. I mean, if you have listened, and you have listened for sure to our CEO, Ayesha, it's always rising the bar, right? It's always growing, always incredible. There's always more, and we grow with it. So yes, we are showing this genuine approach also in the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. We're always branding at the moment all over to open the hearts and the minds for new solutions and new paradigm shift.
Yes, you're right. So we are running out of time now, but we have still got time for our 2 important questions, which I would like you to answer. That we all have seen the massive revolution and this company has brought to the world. Now, we all have seen the building of data centers that we have started, and now there's another one coming up. So what do you think about, which is a very important topic nowadays also. So what do you think about these data centers, and what is the data center, and why is it important to us?
Yes, to me, it's important because we are gaining more and more independency, freedom, and control over the whole ecosystem. You know, we humanity have been under control of many systems. That's the old paradigm, right? And through ONPASSIVE, we are getting into this total freedom. And of course, it has to start with ONPASSIVE self. So, you know, that the data center was planned far away, and he just made it now, the first own data center. And the second and more are planned already with a better or with a bigger
Bigger, yes.
impact, you know, and go green and so on, you know what I mean? So yes, it is important because we have this self-empowerment itself. I see ONPASSIVE as a soul business with heart, with the highest intelligence, with this openness to evolve, and then it is self-empowered. It has to be self-empowered, not depending on the different institutions, you know. Of course, we are embedded in the whole, but whatever we can do and create out of the core of ONPASSIVE, the geniality and the genuine approach of all the technicians, and of course of our CEO Ajmal and his family, there we are free to choose, you know.
Yes.
So this is a huge gift, and a huge responsibility too. You have to take with the responsibility, a huge challenge, a good one, to build up, to make this compounded value. I mean, he's always offering more and more value. That's the data center to me, you know, to be independent, to be have our own data center. I mean, if I talk to other people and say we have our own data center, they say, what? And we didn't even open to the public, you know. We have such a huge and powerful foundation.
Yes.
So you can imagine that's just the beginning. Now we are already at the top and with a powerful foundation. So you can imagine, yes, now you can imagine and understand that we only know maximum 10% of what is going on.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed, and that 10% is quite massive. We cannot think beyond that, what is coming next.
Yes, Aisha, but you know,
yes.
Excuse me, I'd like to say we can't think, because our mind and our, you know, it's always mind-blowing. So that's, again, we have to open our hearts. In our heart, there's so much space, eternal space, you know. There in our heart, we may feel the huge, the magnificence, this feel which has no words to say. That's the only way. Opening the hearts and operating out of the heart, just as our CEO does too, with his brilliant mind. Of course, marketing is all to him. The traffic, I mean, he has this expertise beyond others. And of course, I mean, everything is related.
Yes, of course. Of course, you're right. So very much excited about these future events and all, which is going to just surprise us in this ecosystem of ONPASSIVE. And really, we just, as more and more things coming up, I just think that we don't have any boundaries. We are just without any boundaries. We're just going great. That's all I can say. So
you are so right. You're so right, Aisha. No boundaries. This is this eternal flow. And it reminds that you have no boundaries too. If you have integrated ONPASSIVE in yourself, Marty de Gama always says, you have to have it here. So there are no boundaries. Where have you seen that before in any other enterprise with this intention, right? And with this vision and mission to release the limitations, to reach out to those who are still in these, limitations, or however, to help out of the heart. There's no boundaries. You're so right. Beautiful soul you are, Ayesha.
Thank you. Thank you. You too, Ms. Corinne, you too. Glad to be here with you taking your interview, and it's an honor for me. So as we all know, multiple events are coming up in the following months, and we have seen you on 2nd July in events in Germany and UK and Ireland. You were amazing there. You were really out of this world. And you have done a great job as a German translator and in the Germany event. And what do you say about these events? Mr. Ash Mofara gave us some updates, and would you like to share them in short with us? What say?
About the updates?
About the updates and what you felt there in that event, and what are your feelings about?
Well, first of all, I have organized myself 2 live events in Switzerland. The first was in the 21st of August last year, and this year the 30th of April. Again, for the founders, meeting the only founders, and I know what is the organization of such an event, how much preparation and passion, dedication, and this is huge. And yes, I just stepped in spontaneously as a translator, because I know all these challenges, and always present wherever needed with my best version of myself. There was not that time to translate everything of our German community, and therefore I translated it later. And we have certain groups, and then I send them a voice recording with a full translation, So we were not under pressure because, we had this next event in UK, Ireland. He anticipated, which it was public and can be said, of course, that first of all, we don't know yet. I think not everybody knows how we are privileged to be in this golden ship now of rockets, which is ONPASSIVE, the vessel. And the door has closed for the founders. And however, there's always a win-win-win situation for everybody who's in touch in ONPASSIVE and with ONPASSIVE customers, resellers. Everyone who is going to be in touch with ONPASSIVE is going to be a winner in itself. And he anticipated, well, in the next a plan of 60 and 90 days that we are going to enter and be, in this scope in the next phase with sales, with packages, and we are going to be integrated and informed in our back office. This is our home, our virtual office. And I just want to give a teaser, just like, surprise yourself. There are things you have never expected. There's always more, because our genuine CEO, Aisha Mofara, is always over-delivering. And whatever you expect, don't expect, or expect and be surprised that it's going to be more. Always, it's just always, that's why open up, always more and more, and always compounded. We build up, we have this strong foundation. And what else? There are going to be, and they are already, but not released yet, physical products, that he said that too, and we are going to have a time next year, he said, just where in 2023 we're going to see every month two products, minimum 2 products, one physical and one physical.
Yes.
And this is anticipating a huge impact
That's
and
insane.
evolve.
Coming up from a company which has just started, it's a unicorn company, and the progress it's gonna make in this world, and just during its start, it just blows our mind. We cannot imagine. Yes.
Exactly. That's why it's always this. We have to allow ourselves to open up, and then we are just grateful. And if you're grateful, it comes more and more, because this is a transformation process. Everybody, they are going to be waken up.
Yes, you're right.
It's a kind of
Totally.
awakening, a consciousness awakening, that why not? Everything is possible with ONPASSIVE if you allow yourself to be true, because we are co-creating the whole field, every single one of us, with our presence and with our attitudes, and with our life, with our energy, with our gratitude, and with our actions and support, everybody with his own skill. So we have all this. We are so beautifully in our diversity and powerful in our unity. This is what is always transporting.
Perfect. So I just wanted to ask you my last question, what do you have if you have any message about the founders, the new founders, and as Pakistani founders in general? Yes.
Yes. My message is, as soon as you feel, not only understand, but understand, innerly.
Understand, yes.
Understand. As soon as you understand that this business model is unique and made for you, and you relax and focus on the bigger picture, then you will understand and embrace this beyond genius, field. And this is all through our genius or beyond genius CEO Ash Mufara. So the message is the remembrance, get ready to allow yourself, open up within yourself, allow yourself to get ready for the greatest shape of your life. And it is you. Then allow yourself to release all your old information which doesn't serve you anymore, and open up for more, for widen the horizon, the big picture, to your surrounding, of course. And then, like the concentric circles, if you drop a stone in a sea, you can see how the circles they move, right? So widen up. It's all about wide being, opening up, evolving more, helping, sharing with grace and with ease, with love, without and without pressure, just being who you are in your core, knowing that you have not to struggle anymore, to have enough energy in terms of money in any ways, to operate out of what you want to do for humanity. It's just that easy. We can't, not. I mean, I'm in the process too, myself. It is the big picture. I always look at the big picture. There's so much to do. And if we allow ourselves, and our attitude is positive and generous, and this consciousness that it's not about us only, we are in a new era, and we are manifesting it and materializing it and co-creating it. So come on, step up, put your crown on, and be a beacon, not only of light, of love, be a beacon of ONPASSIVE, of the whole, of the complete solution, and anchor your presence wherever you are. And then the soil of the whole earth is going to be connected all over, and we keep on evolving and helping each other in unity and love. I mean, you know, Ayesha, that's my recipe, you know, and that's what I love about ONPASSIVE, about our CEO. It's all about being there for everybody who is related.
As we say that it's all about artificial intelligence with heart.
Absolutely.
It's within his heart, which he has conveyed in terms of this all IT business and founders and companies and projects. This is all the communication of his heart, which he wants to see in us, which he wants to see us doing with others. So I think that's a very, very, very big challenge to us, and also a very, very sweet perspective towards this humanity. Yes. So
absolutely, because in Pakistan, you know, you have there too a lot of challenges, as everywhere we have, and now you can already feel with gratitude, feel and imagine, envision the solution, you know, because we are co-creating with our thoughts, with our coherence, with our mind, with our heart. We are co-creating. So release the fears, everything, and open up for the field of all possibilities. Everything is possible if we do it. And we did so many things already. We did it. And why not going on doing it? Yes. Open up your heart. As you said, I mean, there's no boundaries, there's no limit, there's only evolvement, just going further with an open heart, with an open mind, within compounded and aligned with a higher purpose, and being generous all over in any level, just like the love. Love doesn't ask for anything, and there's no opposite of love. This is just like it is. And if you can drink water, you can do it.
Yeah, it's really, you're right. Ash Mofra has just put, we can say that he has put soul into these machines, these robots. It's just like that. We can just feel it, what he is doing, what he is going to do, and where we will reach. We can imagine, and inshallah, we will see what's big revolutionary empire he is going to build.
Absolutely.
So,
Inshallah.
Yeah, Corinne, another thing is that I came to know about your website. You have a website of your own. So would you tell me about it? It's just a light discussion, because we are
yes,
now
okay.
ended our interview.
Yes.
And it has, I must admit that it was lovely talking to you and chatting with you and sharing your thoughts. So what do you want to say about your website? And we will, in future, we will also share it on our YouTube channel too.
Well, you know, my website, my current website is just a part of aspects of myself, you know, what I remind and transport to others. It's a tailor-made buffet, you know, there's a coaching buffet with tailor-made tools. And ever evolving. On my homepage, actually, you can't see everything, because I haven't been dedicated so much, because I'm very dedicated with ONPASSIVE. So, but then the quintessence is no labels, set free, no boundaries, open up the potential, and we are here to do this together, reminding each other. Yes, myself, I have a mentality or personality of a pioneer too. I oversee things too, you know, and not everybody is a pioneer, but we all in ONPASSIVE here, our founders, we are visionaries and pioneers. We are the top, and from the top you can oversee much more, right?
Yes.
you know. So
Yes.
if you like to have a look to my homepage, yes, but it's just limited at the moment because there is much more which I haven't written in, because I do it tailor-made on the moment. If the clients come outside, normally I meet them in nature too. I'm in an inspirational mode, you know, and then it comes what it has to come, because my only boss is God, you know what I mean? And you know, so it's always tailor-made, and I don't know what is coming because I know that I don't know anything. I just know that love is guiding me. And ONPASSIVE is full of love. So it's a wonderful guidance to go with and in ONPASSIVE, because it's really with the highest intention, with the highest purpose, and changing for good, for positive, a real paradigm shift in any ways, equalizing, you know, balancing. There's so much to balance, and it's going to be, I know it, that's my inner knowing, and I believe in it, not today from tomorrow, but we do. Every single one, you, Mr. Wasim, everyone who's listening now in any country, you have to open up yourself to be self-empowered and ready to change. You know, Gandhi said once, be the change yourself you want to see in the world. So yes, it starts with us. And ONPASSIVE is what a great mirror to us, what a great model to say, wow, this is incredible, never seen before, and limitless, eternal flowing, just like love.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to type your website in my description. I hope people would like and visit your website. And thanks for coming. You gave us your precious time. I know you have very busy schedule, but this is your love or your affection. You are here. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Corinne, for bearing with us with such limitations and those electric problems. So it was really very much, it was our honor and our pleasure to talk to you and knowing about you. And we really enjoyed taking your interview, and I hope to see you more and more in future, inshallah.
Inshallah, we will meet.
Laila is missing your interview. You know, she had to conduct your interview, but she's stuck in her home.
Absolutely, it's okay.
Yes, but
we are so flexible. We are flexible, Wasim. We are flexible.
Yes. She sent you best wishes, and she said she loves you.
Oh, same. Thank you. Same to you, and to Ayesha, and to Laila, and to everybody. I mean, I love everybody. I don't, you know, even if they don't love me, I love anyways. It doesn't depend. You know?
It can't be like that. It can't be like that. If you love someone, you can just it's you can say that you can feel the vibe. You can feel what's inside a person. So if you're a beautiful soul, though, others will also react to it the same.
Well, you know,
yes,
Aisha, I had a near-death experience. You know, I had a few experiences, and you know, we have all the choice again to choose with whom we want to interconnect, but it doesn't mean that we don't love them. Do you understand? But I choose with whom I sit on the table and I relate and so on, you know? I respect and honor everyone because I see the core. I see in every single living being the divine core within. And that's what Ash Mufarrah, as Jinnan CEO, said. He always focuses on the minimum, on the 1% of the light of everybody, and he focuses 100%. That's the way I can say too that I do that. You know, I'm always focused and approaching the core, and everybody has this light. Everybody has this pure essence inside. We are all the same. We are all equal with just different experiences, and we are complementing each other. How beautiful is that? We can complement each other and support each other, grow together, smile at each other, dance with us, share food, share love, share our ideas, and be creative, because these inspirations, we need to get different inspirations together to create new things. One alone can't do that. Yeah. We need the community. We need this united field. That's my approach, you know. So that's why we are here, synchronized at the same time. You and I and everybody who is listening, we are here for a cause. It's no coincidence. It's divinely orchestrated. Again, just as ONPASSIVE is.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
See you next time. Allah Hafiz.
Shukran.
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 Inshallah. Thank you.